Hello, you guys. This is Miss Felicia Inspired. Today, we are here with a signature quick weave. So, here we go. So, my client is already prepped and ready to go. I've already molded her down. All I did was use my liquid cap. I've applied my black wrapping paper. Right here, I'm going to be cutting out around her ears so that the paper isn't sticking out when I go in to lay my tracks. You are going to do this on both sides and make sure that you don't cut their ear. In the beginning, I didn't show the type of hair that I'll be using for this style, but I will be explaining the hair that I'm using as I go along because I missed that part in the beginning. So I'm using my bed head hard head to spray the back of the hair just to make it a little bit tacky, just in case if the black paper try to roll up, it'll stick and it'll lay. So I'm going to start with that first track. I'll be using the Velvet Tara 123. Right here, I will be using my 30-second bonding glue. I'm going to be using my 1 inch out of the Tara hair. I'm using that 1 inch on the bottom, and this is quite simple enough for you. You're just going to do that all the way up to your longest inch. So you're going to that bottom track, you're going to go around the hairline just so that the hair can lay and you don't have to worry about any of the tracks that you may lay from side to side. You don't have to worry about them sticking up because you've already laid that bottom track to loop around the hairline. And it also lays really nice whenever you go in to cut it. And this method makes sure that you don't have to worry about that lifting or that tail sticking out later on as your client wears this weave. So I'm going to do the first track like that, and I'm going to do the second track like that. Then it's going to go as normal. It's going to go from side to side, side to side. But because in this hairstyle she's going to be having one side long, all you're going to do is just do that from the side that's going to be short to the top of the ear. I'm going to speed up the video, but I will be explaining all at the same time on the key points. So right here, all I'm doing is I'm constantly laying the tracks from side to side. When I get to the side that's going to be flat, I will definitely show you how I'm going to lay those tracks, but you are going to follow this same pattern and you're going to use all of your 1 inch and go into your 2 inch all the way up to your 3 inch. But I will be laying things a little bit different when I get more towards the top. Right now, I'm doing her sideburn. I've just started this side. So what you're going to do is go in a U pattern to lay the track going towards her face. And you will do this and connect both sides, but make sure that you stop right there at the top of the ear. That will be your mark, that's your guide, so that you don't go too far. You have to make sure you leave enough space because you're going to have that side long. But this is all you're going to be doing. You're going to be going from side to side, meeting up at the front, meeting up to the other side. Now I'm going to begin laying my 3-inch tracks, and I did leave it in its natural state as it is coming straight out of the pack. This is the area where I like to add a lot of body, and if you have a client who has a flat head in the back, this is definitely going to help give them that extra volume. And you are going to continue laying those tracks from side to side. I am doubling the tracks just to fill in and make sure that it's nice and thick because it's going to look good when you go in and put layers in the hair. Now it is time for my favorite part. It's time to get to shaving this down. Yes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to get my razor comb, and you can find this at your local beauty supply store, and you're going to begin shaving down the hair. Take your time, please, and shave this hair down because you don't want to put any gashes in the hair. Right now, I am changing out the razor blade and my razor comb. You can get refill razors off of Amazon. You can get a bulk of them. I'm talking like 500 to 1,000 pieces per box. You can get that off of Amazon. When you are shaving down the hair, you will go through maybe 3, 4 to 5 blades because they don't really last that long. But you want to keep a fresh blade nice and sharp so that you can shave down this hair so that you're not cutting any, doing any extra hard work that's unnecessary. Make sure that you go in and cut the threads that may be in the hair. It doesn't matter what type of hair you use, you are going to have a thread somewhere, but make sure you go behind yourself and clean that up. You don't want to have your client walking around with any threads showing, so go ahead and cut those off. And I'm going to go ahead and move on around to the side, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to take my time and shave the hair down. Also, be careful around the client's ear as you're trying to shave down around the edge. You're going to be very careful around the client ear. Also, making sure that you try to get this down as low as possible without cutting any gashes in the hair. You are going to continue shaving the hair down all the way around, also making sure you are taking out all of those threads. If you see any, just go ahead and take them on out. And this is pretty much all the shaving that I'm going to do right now. I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to shave down that side. Also remember that this side is going to be long, so you're going to give it the shaping that you want. You're going to go as high up as you want, or even start lower. For me, I'm starting lower down there because I love having body in that area of the head. And you're just going to shave it down. You're not going to mess up anything over here because you're going to be laying tracks on top of it anyway. But my main focus when I'm shaving down hair is making sure that it's nice and tapered, nice and thin, so that it lays very, very natural. Now I'm going to pull the hair out in the top and I'm going to trim the ends and basically just pulling it out, cutting off any uneven hair. And this is also putting your layers into the hair as well. So you're going to cut those ends off because you want it all to blend when you style it and lay it. It's just going to be nice. Now I'm spraying some gloss spray on there just to kind of give it a little bit of shine so that it's not looking all dull. Take your wide tooth comb and comb it into place how you want it to lay. Now I'm going to take my T outliners and I'm going to give it a nice crispy lineup. And you can find these at any Sally's Beauty, any hair store. They have them, or you can get them online. But you are going to put a nice taper on there. And this is what I was saying about making it thin so that it lays natural. This edging it up pretty much gives it a clean look. It's gonna make or break it. To me, it make or break the style. So you're going to clean up around the ears, you're going to go around the hairline. Anything that's not in place, you are going to give it a edge up with your clippers. Around the ears, you're going to use the edge of the edge of the trimmers, I'm sorry. You're going to use the edge of the trimmers around the ears so that you can get a clean line. And I'm a perfectionist, so it's like I gotta make sure everything is straight, everything is in place. So I'm always going back, tapping in whatever needs to be tapped in. And if something is a little too thick, all you're gonna do is just take your razor and go over it and thin it out. But this is how I give it a natural look. But just take your time and give it a nice edge up. The thinner the hairline is, the smoother it's going to lay, the more natural it's gonna look. And yeah, this is what you're going to be doing. So just go ahead and give it a try. Don't be afraid to use your clippers. And you can use any type of trimmers. I don't know why I keep saying clippers, but you can use any kind of trimmers that you want. But for me, this is more heavy duty, especially when you're dealing with weave. It'll thin out your blades. So please get you a good pair of trimmers if you're going to be using weave. Now I am going to begin laying the longer tracks on the long side. And on the long side, I will be using Empire, and it will be in the color number 4. When you are laying these tracks, it's just simple. You're going to lay from side to side, side to side. I'm going to be layering the lengths of hair. I'm starting off with the 18-inch. Then I'm going to go to the 14-inch, then I'll fill in with some 12-inch. No, I don't use all of the hair. So when she get this style, basically we just go in and cut it in half to get the thickness and get the layering of the hair. So you will have to purchase, if you choose to do the number of packs of hair that's required for this style, then you're going to end up buying about 4 packs of hair. But I found out that even if you were to put all of a number 18 in there, you won't get the thickness, because when you put layers in the hair, you thin out the hair. So this is why I am using 18-inch and then go in with a 14-inch and then go in with different lengths of hair, just to keep the thickness and to keep the hair thick. Right here, I will be adding in a little piece of blonde just to kind of give it a little bit of spice. Then I'm going to do the bang area with Outre Duby hair. And this is the premium that I'm going to be using, the 100% human premium Outre Duby. You can find this at your local beauty supply store, or you can purchase it online. And I will be using the 8-inch in the color number 1. You are going to go ahead and use as much as possible. For me, I do try to use at least half or more of the hair, simply because I know that she likes a lot of volume. And when you put in enough hair, even though it seems as though it's a lot of hair, but you want your layers to flow. Right here, this is where I am filling in and closing up the hair to cover the tracks that I've laid for the bang. All you're going to do is just go in a U pattern from side to side all the way up until you get ready to close in the hair. To close it in, I'm doing your normal closure method. So you're just going to do it the old school way and just go in a circle around and around and around. And then I want to take a tiny piece and just fill it in. Now you're going to go in with your razor and blend it in with the rest of the hair. And yeah, just make sure that you don't gash it again like I told you before. Just kind of freehand it and take your time. You don't want to have to go in and add any more tracks, because at this point you're pretty much done, and you don't want to have to go in and redo anything at all, because it will be a little bit tough to do that. So just take your razor and blend everything in. Now I'm going to begin curling the hair. This is a 1-inch Hot Tools curling iron, and all you're going to do is just curl that hair going to the back. And all I'm doing is taking little small sections, because this hair is so long. You're going to take small sections and curling that hair, and just kind of, you know, curl it and be done with it. Yeah. So this is all I'm doing. It doesn't really take that long. Just knock out that little section, but take your time though. Make sure that the heat is turned all the way up. I have it set on 450. And this is what you're going to be doing for a weave. Like, you're going to put it on high heat, because weave tend to require more heat than normal to curl the hair. And the sections aren't really small, but they're small enough for what I'm doing. But also be reminded that when you are curling that hair, you are winding that hair up, so it's gonna end up being thicker. And then I'm setting the curl by scrunching it together with my hand. And I'm going to do this for all of the longer lengths of hair. Please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and also staying along for this amount of time for this video. I know that it is a little bit lengthy, but I want to make sure that you guys are getting all of the details. So yeah, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And any requests that you have, make sure that you drop them in the comment section, because I want to hear from you. Yes, girl. So make sure that you try this style. I love this style. I do offer one-on-one classes. So make sure that if you want any tips, any future videos that you want me to show you guys, I will do that humbly. So yeah, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will be finishing up this look for you. And if you like what you see, make sure you hit the like button. While I was trying to film this, I was having a little bit of trouble adjusting the camera so that I can curl this bang, but I did the best that I could do. There were some parts missing because my shoulder was in the way, but all you're doing is curling that hair almost in like a grandma style curl, and just combing it around so that the layers lay. Yes, because this is so much hair, it requires a little more work, but it is what it is. You're going for this look, you're gonna have to do a little bit of work, but yes, you're gonna go ahead and continue to curl that hair and lay it down how you want. And this is how you're going to get the height and the top. You're going to lift up when you clamp down with the flat irons. You're going to lift up just a little bit, but due to the fact that when I molded her hair, you're not going to worry about it going flat at all. You will have that volume in the top. It's going to stay like that. It's not going anywhere. It all starts with your foundation, you guys. Now that I am done curling this hair, I'm going to take my wide tooth comb and comb this out for you guys. And this is how it's laying. You are going to go behind it and kind of clean up the layers in this a little bit. And once you see how the layers are setting, you can kind of go about how you want to comb it, style it, set it. But you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut the ends of how I'm doing, and this kind of cleans it up and puts the layers in a more uniform way. So yeah, you won't have to worry about any scraggly hairs anywhere because you're cutting them off and cleaning up those layers. And this is pretty much a finished look. You're just combing it out and setting things in place. I'm using my bed head, hard head to kind of lock it in place. Run my comb through there and kind of lock in a little bit of rake in there, raking it so that it have a little bit of volume and it's staying, cleaning up the frizz. So yeah, make sure that if you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And yeah, please stay tuned to the end of the video. She did a nice photo shoot with this hairstyle. She get this hairstyle all of the time. She is a national prophetess. So yes, please make sure that you follow Miss Stephanie Mathis. She is an awesome woman and I love her dearly.